introduction to the Appalachian Trail, or the AT. Some of our subscribers don't know what the Appalachian Trail is. And so I thought, you know, maybe I'll give you a little bit of lowdown, maybe answer some questions right away as you watch along. The Appalachian Trail is called America's Trail, and it goes from Georgia to Maine, or Maine to Georgia. You can hike it either way. It starts at Springer Mountain. The southern terminus is at Springer Mountain in Georgia, and the northern terminus is at Mount Katahdin in Maine at Baxter State Park. It is just under 2,200 miles, and it takes an average of about 5.5 to 6 months to do. Some people they start anytime during the year. The large majority of them start in March. The new bubble is what they call it. The new bubble is the end of February, beginning of March, because a lot of people don't want to do the humidity of Virginia. So they start a little bit earlier, but due to that, you're dealing with cold, snow, rain, the trail's icy. So there's some give and takes, what you're willing to do. There's different types of hiking this style. There's the northbound from Georgia to Maine, which is the most popular. There's southbound, which they start in June, July, and they start from north down to Georgia. And then there's called a flip-flop. Flip-flop is where you start at a place. Some people flip-flop at Harper's Ferry. They start at Harper's Ferry, which is the halfway point, not quite, but halfway point. And they start at Harper's Ferry and they go south to Springer, and then they flip. They then go back up to Harper's Ferry and hike north. Or they can go either way. They go up to north and hike back down to Harper's Ferry. Either way, it's a flip-flop. Or like we're going to be doing a type of flip-flop to where we'll go as far as we possibly can and then hit August, and then we will probably flip up to Mount Katahdin and then come down, because I don't think we're going to be making it unless we really start pushing all the way up to Mount Katahdin by October 15th. And even October 15th gets a little chilly up there. So we'd really like to be done by September, 1st of October. Hopefully it's a warm fall. The Appalachian Trail turns 100 next year. So this year it's its 99 year. Every year the miles kind of change here and there. Some years, because of fire, they have to reroute it, and that changes it as well. What do we do? So people are like, what do you really do? So we put a pack on our back, and in our pack has our sleeping bag, our tent, our sleeping pad, our food, clothes, first aid kit, water filtration, things to hold the water in. That is what, and then any personal items. And then we also have our maps and my phone, which also has an app on it called Gut Hooks. Gut Hooks has the Appalachian Trail on it and some other trails on it, but that's kind of the known app to use. And then we use AWOL's Guide to the Appalachian Trail, and that's highly used. Both of those are well known. The book has miles in it, and it tells you what you can get in each town, hostels, things like that. We sleep in shelters or in our tents. Sometimes we've set up the tent in the shelter. It depends on what the night is, what we're going to be doing. Some people just sleep in shelters and they don't bring any tents. Some people never sleep in the shelter, they just use their tent or a hammock. There's a lot of hammockers because it is so green out here and trees are everywhere that hammocks are highly used out on the Appalachian Trail. What do we eat? We eat just about anything we can cook with water. Some do a cold soak. They don't bring a stove at all. We have a stove. I have a stove. Nancy also has a stove. And we cook up our stuff in the morning. Typical day for me is 2 packages of oatmeal, 2 Carnation instant breakfast, and that's what I have for breakfast. At lunch, I have an RX bar, and I fill my Gatorade bottle up with water in the morning, and I put some Mayo caffeine and B vitamin mix in, and I drink half of that for my morning snack. At lunch, one of my favorite things is tortillas with peanut butter and honey, and I'll make 2 of those. I'll drink the rest of the caffeine mix, and then I'll have a treat of some sort, maybe some beef jerky or something with some good protein. And after I get my little caffeine kick in the morning and afternoon, I'm good to go. Nancy says I'm hard to catch up because I get that caffeine in me, and there we go. I'm ready to move for the day. My afternoon snack sometimes is just some beef jerky. If we're into camp, then I normally don't have something. Dinner, I've had mashed potatoes with tuna fish or salmon in it. I've done stovetop stuffing. I've done the Knorr teriyaki. I like that, and I put chicken chunks into there. I also like Lipton noodle soup. I really like Lipton noodle soup. It's a little strong. I don't get enough water in there, but I'll dump that in and cook it, and that's really good. I like having soup. The broth is good. It feels like home. How do we know where we're going other than our guidebook and our gut huts? And I'm gonna try and insert a picture here. On the trees are called blazes, and they're white rectangle blazes, and you just kind of follow those along. If you don't see a blaze for a while, you start to wonder where you're at. Double blazes means you're sharing a trail. If you've got a blaze up on top and it's to the right, you've got a right turn, and if you've got a double blaze and the other blaze is to the left, you've got a left turn. You'll also see blue blazes. Blue blazes are other trails. They can lead to water. They can lead to a shelter. So you'll also see blue blazes as well. Do we carry our food with us the whole time for 5.5 months? No. Yes and no. We do carry food with us. However, we do not have to carry all of our food with us for that time. What we do is we go about 3 to 5 days with food, and then we stop in towns and we do resupplies. We will have a shuttle driver take us in, and we will stop at a store. Sometimes we'll stay the night there, so we'll do some miles, like we'll do like 8 miles, and then hit a spot, call a shuttle driver to meet us. They'll pick us up, we'll go into town, and we'll resupply. We'll get food, we'll get something to eat, which is nice that it's not trail food. We'll stay the night, and then the next day they'll take us back up onto the trail, and we've got new food with us, and we're off and running again. We haven't had problems resupplying the grocery stores. Just like at home, we have grocery stores, so we'll use the same grocery stores. And we do bring masks because it is the COVID time. We do have masks that we brought with us, and so we use those and go into town. We try and be respectful of those in the town, so they know that we're trying to do all that we can. We have stayed at some hostels, and hostels are different. Some hostels have bunk houses in them, and some are just homes where people have opened up their homes, and you just share the bathroom. We have slept on a couch. And they're cheaper than a hotel, but the hotels are nice because you have your own private space and your bed and all of that. We have stayed at a hostel where we had a private room, and that was kind of nice, but that's all it was in the room. The hotels will have, like, your microwave and your mini fridge and your TV and a nice bathroom, and so, well, the ones that we've had have had nice bathrooms. And some hostels are more janky than others, and you just kind of live with it. Some hostels will do slackpacking, and slackpacking is where they'll pick you up at the trail, they'll take you in, you can do a resupply, stay the night, and then the next day you won't take your full pack with you, you'll just take a day pack, and they supply the day packs, and they'll drop you off where they picked you up. You'll go over a couple mountaintops, you'll go like 10 miles, and then they'll pick you up at the next spot. and then they'll take you back down. You can spend the night, and then they'll take you back up where they left off, and you can do it again. You can keep going as far as they slack pack. And so we'll be doing that along the way. There's also, along with the blazes, there's called Aqua Blazing, where you can use kayaks and kind of slack pack aqua blaze down rivers. And some hostels will set you up with that. And so we're thinking we might try that. That sounds fun. There are AT purists where they have to go past every single blaze. Super purists that have to go past every single blaze with their pack on them. We just want to do the AT, and we want to experience it. So slack packing it sounds, with injuries, it sounds great. Aqua blazing, that sounds like a fun way to see some of the Appalachian Trail a different way through aqua blazing. So we do want to try different things, and so other people can see it. We're not purists, and we might get knocked down for not being a pure Appalachian Trail hiker, but you know what, getting to Maine and doing the trail and experience it, all of it, that's kind of what we want to do. So that's most of the Appalachian Trail, and the people are so nice and have been so great and very, very friendly. They love hikers, so it's not one that's really lonely. It is quiet this year, but we have ran across more hikers that are coming back out that got off the trail in March, that were only on the trail for a little bit, that are now picking back up. We have gotten new through hikers that are coming through. We've met some really great, nice people in shelters that are either section hiking or are doing the full hike. So yeah, I think that's mostly what it is. It's a lot of hiking. I will probably go through about 3, maybe 4 pairs of shoes, socks. My socks are 100% returnable if they get holes in them, so I do have those. I've had gear changes, what gear I've liked, what gear I haven't, and I've added some things into my arsenal. So yeah, those are most of the things I have. If you have questions, put them down below. I'll answer the questions when I get into town and see the video after it releases and see what questions you have, and I'm more than happy to answer any questions. So I hope you're enjoying this. Nancy's resting at the moment, so I just did this video by myself. So like and subscribe to the videos. The more the better. Thanks so much.